In this video, you're going to learn exactly how you can get clients with cold email step by step. I'm going to show you the formula that I learned at a marketing agency that helped me bring in close to, well, roughly around $1 million in sales in 6 months using outbound, cold email, cold calling. If you're interested, stick around. If you want to take your cold email campaigns to the next level, if you're struggling with cold email, you should grab my free lead generation training down below for cold email. It will show you step by step how I generate leads for cold email so you can get the best possible results. And if you grab the training now, where you'll receive my best tips and tricks that I don't share anywhere else, after you grab the training via email, you'll also have the opportunity to apply to book a call with me where we can work through your cold email campaigns together and I can help you take your cold email campaigns to the next level. So if that sounds interesting, click the link down below and I'll talk to you soon. All right, now back to the video. New background, I'm in a new office. This is not my office space. My office is actually, I'm working right over here in this little cubicle looking thing down here. Oh wait, let me see if I can show you guys. This is terrible. Let me take this out 1 second. Here's a little, this is where I'm working all day. Got my little setup right here. I have my computer, my chair, standing desk, that kind of thing. Got a little couch right here. Still very barren, we're still setting up. Gonna put a little coffee table here and just some stuff to work. And all this garbage from all of our stuff is gonna be thrown out and we're gonna get a little kitchen. My cousin works over here. So anyway, that's a little tour. So I've been getting a lot of questions. How do I use cold email to get more clients? That's the question, right? And where do I start? Where do I start, Jacob? That's the real question. So I'm going to answer that right now. The very first thing you need to do, step one, when you're getting clients with cold email is to look at your case studies, okay? You need to look at your case studies, and by that I mean, where have you had success? Where did you win? Where did you help someone do really well? Did you help an e-commerce store use Facebook ads to generate more revenue? Or maybe you used email marketing to skyrocket their sales from their email list. Or maybe you helped a marketing agency get more clients like I did using cold email, right? Whatever your big win is, you should write it down. And ideally you have multiple big wins in different niches. So for example, I had a client who had a big win with food and beverage e-commerce stores, fashion I think, and consumer goods. So we made a list of those. Make a list of your case studies, and if you don't have a case study, check out my video about getting your first case study. I'll teach you how to do that. Why are case studies important? When you are getting inbound leads through your website, people are finding you and they already have a problem and they already know what they want as an answer, and so they searched that solution in Google most likely. Like let's say I have a hailstorm comes through my town, the roof of my office gets destroyed, and now I'm like, oh man, my roof is destroyed. I need to go and get a roofer. So I know the problem, I know the solution. I'm then gonna Google search some roofers and I'm gonna find like 3. I'm probably gonna submit a contact form to all 3 and they're not gonna get back to me for like 2 days. That's why they need Service Bell. If you want to see Service Bell, check out the next video. Anyway, that's the company where I'm working. Point being, inbound means I have a problem, I know what I want as a solution, I'm going to reach out to the person. When you're doing outbound, they don't most likely already know what the solution is, but they do have problems. So you need to know what problem you're solving, and then you need to approach people who probably have that problem and show them that you can solve their problem. It's finding people with a problem and giving them the solution, right? And that's a very big skill that you really need to learn as a salesperson. So that's why you start with case studies, because case studies, what is a case study? It's I helped someone solve this problem with this solution and had this result, right? So if you know that e-commerce stores, specifically food and beverage e-commerce stores, are terrible at marketing to their email list because you helped one guy who was running a $3 million e-commerce company who had a terrible email list conversion rate, right? Odds are other people just like him also have the same problem. So if you make a list of 100 people just like him and you write them all a very personalized email telling them that you can help them, the odds of them responding are way higher than if you emailed a million bajillion people trying to sell email marketing. So you need to start with your case studies. So number 1 is write down your 3 case studies. Number 2 is turn them into 1-sentence case studies, okay? 1-sentence case studies are essentially the entire thing you did boiled down into 1 sentence. So what I mean by that is the following. Here's a framework you can follow. Recently helped niche company achieve outcome within timeline using service. Or you could say like recently helped niche company achieve outcome with service within timeline. So in practice, that means recently helped another mobile app development agency generate over $1 million in closed business and book a meeting with McDonald's using cold outreach within 6 months. Like, that's the kind of, I'm just riffing this, but you want to put into some sort of framework like that. So if you take that framework of recently helped niche company with, or recently helped another niche company, meaning another because you're reaching out to a niche company. Like if I'm reaching out to a mobile app developer, I would say, I just helped another mobile app developer, right? So I recently helped someone just like you. The niche that you're using in the case study, by the way, is going to be your target outreach list. So recently helped niche company achieve this big outcome or solve this problem, right? Using this solution, right? So you're boiling all of this down to one sentence. Why are we doing this? You need to convey value very quickly in an email. You only have like 10 seconds to get their attention, and they have so many emails to read through. If you don't clearly and succinctly convey the value that you have to offer in one sentence, you're not gonna get their attention. So that's why we boil it down into one sentence, okay? So ideally, you've, at this point, written down 2 or 3 case studies in different niches. It's very important. Then you've turned these 3 case study ideas into 1-sentence case studies, okay, that are very specific to, well, the framework I just shared with you, so that they're boiled down and they're very concise. From there, now we're gonna move on to step 3, where we write the email script, okay? I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel about writing scripts for different types of clients. If you wanna know how to get social media marketing clients, web design clients, Facebook ad clients, e-commerce clients, email marketing clients, I think I do cold email clients, link building clients, SEO clients. You can check out the videos on my channel and you'll get templates that you can use. In general, the script you want to follow is for the very first email, hi, first name, custom compliment, 1-sentence case study, call to action, done. Then you send out some follow-up emails. I've got a video on my channel also about follow-ups, which you can watch, that will teach you how to write the follow-up. So I'm not gonna go into detail on the script itself in this video. That's for other videos. But at this point, you have 3 different 1-sentence case studies, and you have a script for every single case study according to each niche. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to build a lead list of 100 prospects in each niche. So if you have a mobile app development lead generation case study, an e-commerce lead generation case study, and a SaaS lead generation case study, you're gonna build a list of 100 people in each type of company that would wanna buy. You also wanna keep in mind the size of the case study that you had, meaning size of the company, I mean. So like if you helped a company that was doing $5 million in revenue, you probably wanna pick companies that are around there at $5 million in revenue, because it's going to affect also like how impressive your case study is, as well as who you reach out to. So for example, what I mean by this is if you helped a $5 million company add $1 million in sales with cold email or with email marketing or whatever, that's a 20% boost in revenue. That's huge. That's a massive improvement. That would be, if you told another $5 million a year company that you helped someone else like them add $1 million, that would get their interest. If you told Nike that you helped someone make $1 million, that might not be as impressive because Nike's doing billions. You have to make sure that you're emailing companies that will be impressed by your case study. It's also going to impact who you reach out to. If you helped, I mean, companies that are doing $500,000 a year are very small. So the only person at the company really who probably you want to reach out to is the CEO. Versus at a $20 million a year company, you probably don't want to email the CEO because he's so busy. Maybe you do, but really you're going to want to probably target marketing managers if you're selling marketing services. So you want to think about, okay, just think about who did I work with last time? What was the company size roughly? I recommend $5 to $150 million a year. What was the title of my contact there? Were they the marketing manager, marketing director, CMO, was it the CEO? Who was it? Make a list of 100 of those people at those size companies in the niches that you've chosen based on your case studies. Okay, so now at this point, by the way, if you want to do that, grab the free lead generation training document down below. It will teach you how to build these lead lists incredibly fast, efficiently, and they'll be the best lead lists that you could possibly get. I have a step-by-step training that I've used for my lead generators that just blows it out of the water, and you'll get some tricks as well that you won't find anywhere else to validate emails that you normally couldn't validate. It's awesome. I've had students make thousands of dollars after getting this. It's free. Just drop your email down below. At this point, after you've gotten the list and you've built your 3 different lead lists, 100 in each niche, you have 3 different scripts based on your 3 different case studies with 100 people in each niche. So the next thing you're gonna do, okay, this is step 4, I think now, Write your personalized first lines for all 300 people. I have a video about custom first lines on my channel. You can watch that. I'll make another one if you want. Basically, you want to personalize every single email, because when you have a custom first line, a personalized compliment in every single email, it increases your open rates. It also increases your reply rates, your meeting book rates, and it decreases your odds of hitting spam, because people can not only see your subject line of the email, they also see the snippet of your email, of the first part of the body. So if your email starts out talking about you and pitching, they're going to delete it. They can tell it's a pitch. But if the email starts out about them and it's a compliment, it's obviously personalized, it's obviously researched, and they're going to want to open it, which gets them to read the first line. They're like, oh, I like this guy. He knows who I am. He did some research. He's not just spamming me. Then he'll read the next sentence, which is going to be your value proposition, which, okay, maybe it piques his interest. And then he reads the call to action. That's why the first lines are important. And you need to watch my first line video, which I will share with you on my channel. You can check it out. All right, so now we're getting towards the tail end of how to do this. You have your lead list, you have your first lines in 3 different niches. You're ready to go. You have your script. So you're just gonna load it into a tool of choice. I think I have a video about that too. If not, drop a comment down below. I'll make one. And you're gonna email each niche. You're gonna just send 50 emails to each one. Don't send the rest. I would just, or 50 to 100 emails, whatever. We're gonna email all of the 3 different niches, and we're gonna see which campaign does the best. And generally what happens is when you keep your subject lines the same across the board and you keep your scripts very similar, just tweaking the case study and the targeting, you're gonna see that one of the 3 niches generally likes the offer more than the other 2. Because what we're doing is we're finding product market fit. So once we find product market fit, hopefully with this test, out of the 3 tests, one of them will work usually. If none of them work, you also just try more case studies, but generally one will work. And then you can scrap the other 2 for now, and we'll focus on the one that's working. So let's say you send 100 emails in the first niche and you get 3 meetings, and the second niche you get 1 meeting, and the last niche you get 0 meeting. You probably want to go with the 3 meeting niche. And then what we're going to do is we're going to continue iterating tests until we're getting high open rates, like 50 to 80%. Open rates aren't as reliable now with the iOS update. I would have used to say 80%, but I think 50 to 80% of what we can measure is probably good, because open rates are actually higher than they appear. Because iPhones no longer report, for the most part, that your emails are being opened. Screw you, Apple, but whatever. So we're going to keep iterating the winning niche until we have a high open rate. And then once we're getting opened, we're then going to continue iterating the script until our emails are booking about a 2 to ideally 5%, 6% median book rate, which is very achievable. So let's say you're getting an average of 3.5 to 4% median book rate in a certain niche, and there's like 3,000 prospects in that niche. 4% median book rate with 3,000 prospects, I think it's around 90 to 100 meetings, but I'll have my editor put the actual number on the screen. And if you can close 1 out of 5, you're gonna get 20 new clients. And if a client is paying you $3 grand a month and they stay with you for a year on average, that's $36,000 times 20 clients. I mean, point is, once we have a cold email campaign dialed in on a small scale in a niche, it's very easy to scale it up and continue booking yourself more and more meetings. And this messaging now will work with cold calling too, LinkedIn messaging, because it's the same idea. It's messaging to a certain audience, right? And you can also apply this messaging to other channels as well. So I think cold email is a great channel, and this is how you can get clients with it. This is the process that I follow. I'm gonna recap it one more time. First, write down 3 different case studies that you have. 2, turn them into 1-sentence case studies. 3, write a cold email script and sequence with every single case study based on the different niches. 4, build a lead list of prospects in that niche times 3, 100 prospects per niche. 3 niches, so 300 prospects. 5, write your first lines for every single prospect. It's worth it, trust me. You can even outsource it if you want. 6, send your emails to all the niches and see which niche, I keep switching niche and niche, whatever. See which one likes your offer the most. You can tell just by high level response rates and meeting book rates. 7, you're gonna double down on the winner. And 8, you're gonna continue optimizing until eventually, number 9, you can scale your campaigns to the moon as they are booking you meetings and they're getting good results. And I'll just say 10, you subscribe to the channel so you never miss more good videos like this. I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, comment, all that stuff, whatever. Get the free training. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.